cover here repetition, arrays, strings, string builder, and rubber classes. Rubber classes. Let us go and check what we are going to cover. Today, inshallah, I'm going to cover with you the third repetitive, the third style, which is a repetitive or iteration. What do you mean by iteration? That means I'm going to iterate or repeat the executing of the same segment of code many times. So I have actually two techniques. If I don't have how many times I'm going to execute. Okay, in this case, I'm going to use while statement. In while started with the reserved word while, then the logical expression. The logical expression here is true or false. While the logical condition is still true, I'm going to execute its body. مرة تانية وبالعربي طالما اللوجيكال expression بتاع الوايل is true راح أدخل البادي تاعها. Once a logical expression of the while statement becomes false هعمل skip واطلع منها. مرة تانية I have to know how I'm going to enter, so I have to know the initialization. I have to have the test condition, which is true to execute the body. And finally, okay, I have to know what exactly I'm going to execute inside it. So, while a statement is starting with the reserved word and it has a header again and again, header without semicolon M105, and then followed by the body. In the body, each statement should be terminated by semicolon. The while logical expression is true, the statements are executed. The truth of the logical expression is rechecked after each execution of the body. So it is true, I'm going to execute it, repeat again, recheck. If it is still true, execute again, iterate again, recheck, and so on. So, as example,
Doctor, can you repeat about the header again?
okay. The header of the while loop, I said that all headers without semicolons. All headers without semicolons. So the header of the while loop containing the while reserved word, then the logical expression. While the logical expression is true, I'm going to execute the body. Once the logical expression becomes false, I'm going to skip the while statement. So here in front of you is the example while I is less than 3. Okay, so what is the condition to allowed me to enter this body of the while? The condition is I is less than 3. So if I is 0, I can enter. I is 1, I can enter. I is 2, I can enter. I is 3, I cannot. I is 4, I cannot. So the value of I should be less than 3 to be able to execute the body of the while loop. Look in the while, no, it is a header, no semicolon. In the body, I'm going to calculate the summation and I'm going to increment I by 1. Look, Li is become 1. Let us start from the beginning. I is 0. This is the initialization and I'm initializing the summation by 0. Then while I, which is equal 0, less than 3, true, I'm going to calculate the summation of the values of the array and incremental I by 1. So I now becomes 1. So repeat again and rechecked. As he said here, repeat and rechecked. 1 is less than 3. True. So I'm going to calculate the summation, add the summation of the values of the I in this position to the summation variable, and again incremental I by 1. Li here is what? Is 2. Okay? 2. Rechecked again. 2 less than 3. Yes, correct. So I'm going to calculate the summation. Incremental I by 1. Now I becomes 3. Again, iterate and recheck it. 3 is less than 3. False. Oops. False. So I'm going to skip and print the summation as sent. Clear? Okay. So if I is 0, how many times I'm going to execute this statement? I'm going to execute it in 0. I'm going to execute it in 1. I'm going to execute it in 2. So 3 times. Is it clear?
Yes.
Is it clear?
Yes, very clear.
Yes.
Yes. Any questions? Any questions? Okay. Next. So, and this is the while statement. I have a question to you. Yes, حد فتح المايك. Yes, go ahead. Go ahead, please. Okay.
Doctor?
Yes.
And what about the 10, 20, 30?
This is an array. I didn't explain the array. Later on, I'm going to explain the array.
Okay, doctor.
Okay. Now I have a question to all of you. What if I don't have I incremented by 1? What will happen? I'm not going to reply or answer. You are going to reply and answer. What if I don't have I?
It will not stop.
Thank you. It will not stop. Endless. أحسنت. Thank you. مين كمان عنده إجابة؟ Infinite. 1 minute يا جماعة ثواني. السلام عليكم. أيوة نعم. داني عندي محاضرة ممكن أخلص وأكلمك؟ طيب تسلمي عمي أحلى. I'm sorry for interrupt. Okay, if I don't have I incremented by 1, so I will start with 0. So 0 less than 3, true. I'm going to calculate the summation. I did. Then I'm going to iterate. Nothing changed the value of I. In this case, it will be endless. I will be 0 forever. And endless, in this case, it will be an error in my logical writing of my code. I have to write in the loop 3 and take care about 3 parts. How I'm going to start here, integer I is equal 0. When I'm going to stop, it is my test condition I is less than 3. And how I'm going each time to iterate. Which one will send me to next iteration? It will be the increment or decrement or a change in the sentinel value of the loop. What is the sentinel value of the loop? مين هو الفاريبل أو القيمة الحدثية بتاعت اللوب is I. I is the sentinel value and variable for the loop. It's changing in I. Let us recheck the condition if it is true or false. If we are unable to change the value of the sentinel I, in this case, I'm going to stuck inside this while forever because it is endless. Clear? Next. As here, this is an activity to you. Write fragments of code to do the following using for loop. He said here for loop. He asked you to write it by for loop. And print the character of the English alphabet in reverse order from Z to A. And here print the square of the numbers from 1 to 20 inclusive in ascending order with some explanatory text. Yani write it by yourself. This is a very simple, smooth programming code. So you are required to open the NetBeans, create a project by your ID and your name and the course, and then make create the first class, name it first, and solve this question. Double check your answer since the answers is here. Okay? 1 minute يا جماعة. مس أريج أنا عندي محاضرة يا حبيبتي. عندي محاضرة من 4 ل6 يا عمري. تمام أكلمك بعد ما نخلص. تمام يسعد مساك يا حبيبتي. خلص بالليل على الواتساب. يسلم يا عمري. أهلين يا عمري أهلين. So the answer is available here. So double check your answers. تمام. And the second one also you are going to write the code to print the character in reverse order. You have different techniques. Okay. And inshallah, as I said at the beginning of this lecture, you are going to cover the course M180 or M269, and in these courses you are going to cover the complexity of the code and check which code is better on timing, working and executing in the CPU. Yes, I have different techniques. I can write the code, different way to solve the same problem, but one of them, it will be the best always. Why? I'm caring about its complexity. Okay? Next, for statement. In the for statement, it's not like the while. The while, sometimes I don't know in advance how many times I'm going to. But in for, everything is very clear. I know how to initialize the logical expression and the adjustment control. Okay, and I know in advance how many times I'm going to what? I'm going to iterate. Okay, so I'm going to start from a specific one and go through the for loop until a specific condition is false. Okay, again, while the condition is still true, I'm going to execute the body of the for. Again, while the condition is still true, I'm going to execute the body of the for and the body of the while statement. Is it clear? Again, for the control initializer, semicolon, logical expression, semicolon, and control adjustment. And it is the header of the for. And in header, no semicolons, only in the statements. So I'm going to ask you how many statements in the header. I have the initializer, first one, the logical expression, second one, and the control statement. So in the header itself, I have 3 statements, but the header itself does not terminate it by semicolon. Inside the body, I have statements I'm going to execute while the condition is still true. Once the condition becomes false, I'm going to skip outside. Example here, I'm going to take the first example in the right. For integer I starting by 2 multiply by start. So I have to know the value of start to know when I'm going to start. Li semicolon. Li is less than or equal the end value. So I have to know in advance the end value. And each time I'm going to increment Li by 2. In this case, I'm going to execute these statements. Look, here I have a semicolon. First one, semicolon, second one, and the last one. And I have no semicolon by the end of the header of the for. Then the curly brackets and the statements terminated each one by semicolon. Now I'm going to cover the example in the left. In the left again, I have an array which I'm going to start it now, inshallah, after 1 minute. And in this for, I'm going to start the for integer. I is starting by 0. I is LA dot length less than LA dot length, and each time I'm going to increment I by 1. In this code, I'm going to change all the values of A from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 till 10 to becomes 10. So the set of values or elements will be all 10s. Tamam? Now I'm going to cover the next topic with me. It is arrays. Arrays. Whatever we covered before, we covered them as a primitive data type, except the arrays. Now I'm going with you to cover, inshallah, the reference data types. The first reference data type I'm going to cover it with you is arrays. Arrays was the last lecture, last meeting in M105, the prerequisite of this course. So, array is a collection of items. They should be the same type. Yani I don't have salata. I have either all of them integers, real, string, and something like this. I cannot make it salata each time with a different type, each one of the different type. So I have a collection of items. These are by the same type. Each one of them is located in a specific box. This box, I can reach it sequentially by using its index. So in Java is zero indexing, yani I have to start from index 0. So this array, these are the values 12, 9, 52, 3, 4, 4 and 2. So it allows duplicate. Also duplicate value. فيني أكرر القيم. And each one of them, it has its own index starting from 0. So use the element index, and the index must be non-negative integer starting by 0. Array declaration. In Java, array variables are references, not primitive data types, because the array is object. It doesn't have or store the values. It refers where the values are stored in the RAM. They have an instance variable we can access, and we can invoke the method on them. So I can create, declare, create the arrays as the following. Okay, the first time I'm saying create. Okay, in reference variables I have to declare and create. So first I'm going to write integer. This is the type of the elements inside this array, and its name is holder. And if I want to indicate this is an array, I have to use double square brackets beside array or integer or beside the name. Any one of them is correct in Java. I can have array of integer, its name is holder, array of boolean, array of character, array of double, and array of string. Now I'm going to ask you, we covered one array of string. Where did we find it? I said that in the last lecture. Where did we find the array of string? Where did we find it in the code? We covered it our previous lecture.
It will be in the heap.
In the
heap.
ايوه بس هو الاري string بتاع ايه؟ صح in the heap. برافو. ها array string of what? Where did we find it? public static. لا إجابتك غلط. public static void main string array args. So the first string array we faced it in the main method. Do you remember that? Do you remember that? Yes, it will be in the heap.
Yes, doctor.
It will be in the heap, and it will be in the RAM, and it will take care about all inputs and outputs to the Java class. Okay. Now I'm going to initialize the array. I can simply initialize the array in one sentence with the declaration and creation as the following. Look, integer, square brackets, it is an array. So array of integers, its name is holder, equal curly brackets 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. So how many items in this array? They are 5 items, starting their indexes from 0 till 4. 0 till 4. So this is the holder. The holder itself does not include any values. It refers.
بس لاتي ملابس أمي بتاخدونها معاكم ولا؟
يا عمري المايك مفتوح. Okay. So the holder itself, not including any values. It refers where the array is located in the RAM, and each item in this array I can access it by its index. Clear? Next. Array creation with a new operator. If I want to create the array, then later on fill it with the values, I have to use the power of a new operator. A new operator is using for declaring, creating references type. عشان أخلق أي reference type لازم أستخدم النيو operator. تمام؟ النيو operator will be as the following. Integer. It is array because we are using square brackets. Its name is holder. Equal in new to declare create a new one. All the items, it will be integers, and they are 5 items. Their indexes will be from 0 to 4. Since I said it is integer, so it will be initialized by zeros. If I'm going to say they are double, so they will be initialized by 0.0 for each one. That means it's double. If I'm going to say for Boolean of array, its name is okay is equal in new Boolean of 5, so it will be initialized by false because false is the initialization value. So if I did not write the values, it will be by default the default value of its type. So here it is integer, so I am using or I am initializing by 0. تمام? Then I can access each element by the name of the array and its index. So the first element index is 0, it becomes 1, its value 1. The second element, its index is 1 and the value 1. The third element, its index is 2 and its value 1. The fourth element, okay, its index is 3 and the value 1. And the fifth element, its index is 4 and its value is 1. تمام? These lines declare, create, and initial, then accessing one by one and put the value is matching الجملة الأخيرة اللي تحت. Integer, square brackets, my array equal, curly brackets, 5 ones, and terminated by semicolons. Next. So I can.
دكتور
Yes.
لازم اكتب ماي array ولا اكتب اسمها الاصلي يعني هولدر؟
ما هو قال لك equivalent، هذا يماثل هذا as you like. أنا بفضل لو كان كتبناها من الأساس holder فعلا عشان يبقى المعنى صح. Both are correct. So in this case you can create it one by one or you can create it in one line. Both are correct. تمام؟
شكرا.
يا هلا. Next, in slide 9, assigning values to individual elements. If I want to change a specific value, so I can access it by its index. Holder of 1, that means the second element, and now becomes 10. Look, holder of 1 is equal 10, and now change it to 10. Changing an array reference, this is very sensitive. If I'm going to say this one, please focus with me on this one. Okay? Integer array holder 2 equal 1 to 3. Holder 1 is equal holder 2. What did I do? I break the reference to 110.111 and refer to holder 2. So now, how many objects do we have? one object, Ms. Malak, is one array. How many references do we have? 2, holder and holder 2. Clear? So, in this case, yes.
Again, please, doctor.
This is from M1 of 5. This is from M1 of 5. I am referring by 2 references to one object. At the beginning, holder is referred to 110.111. And now I declare create a new holder 2 another array and set holder 1 is equal holder 2. That means I'm going to break the reference from holder and refer to the object of holder 2. So now holder and holder 2, 2 references to one object, which is an array of 1 to 3. But what about the missing data 1, 10, 1, 1, and 1? They will be missed forever and returned back to the RAM and never be accessed again. Okay, if you put this technique,
That means the previous holder will be destroyed.
1 minute, please. 1 minute. I did not say finish. If you, by mistake, refer any array to another one, so the previous data will be missed and lost forever. Clear? So take care. بالذات طلبة M180 and M269, you are going to cover the linked list, stacks, queues, and all these references. So take care. Where are you? Where are you referred to? And what will be your next step? Sometimes you forget to keep the first reference for the first item and lost the data in the RAM. And in Java has automatically garbage collection بتلم كل non-referenced objects. No one referred to it, so it is a garbage and it will be returned to the RAM and never accessed again. Yeah, programmer. So this is a very big mistake to you. So take care from changing the an array reference. Any questions? Any questions? Okay. Finally, again, accessing any array, so I can change it by make it 1 from 1, use the value of 1. What will be in holder 0? Holder 0, it is 0. It is 1, so 1 by 10, it will be 10. So the value of the holder 1, it will be the item in position 1 will be 10. So I can access them directly, access them by any expression. Okay, again and again, take care from changing an array references and always double check that you are referring to the correct object in the RAM. Next. Any questions? Okay, if I have an array, it is a class and it is an object. So this object, it has an instant variable متغير داخلي عنده. Its name is length. Its name is length. يا ريت اللي فاتح المايك يغلق المايك لو سمحتوا عشان في ايكو في الصوت. ممكن؟ في حدا فاتح المايك. Okay, let me turn back. So, length. Length is a reserved instance variable. It should be always in blue because it is a reserved one. Each array you declared and created, it will have an instance variable length. So simply, it will be holder.length or the name of the array .length instance variable. It gives you the capacity of the array. Okay, So if you want to know the capacity of the array, سعة هذا الarray, you are going to use length instance variable. How to use it? The name of the array dot the length. هذا التكنيك بسميه dot notation. Dot notation. It is the name dot the instance variable. بسميه dot notation. The array length will give the number of locations in the array, not the number of initialized locations. هم سعته قد ايه؟ مش initialized. Capacity, not the initialized. Any array length is fixed once you create it and never be changed. Never be changed. Accessing an array elements beyond the array capacity, it is a runtime error. I have 5 elements, so I want the element in 6th position. What is 6th position? It is 5 elements. So how can you access beyond the array capacity or array length? So it will be a runtime error. Note that the length is an instance variable associated مع الarray. Inshallah, in the next slide, I'm going to cover with you the strings reference or object, and there its length is a method, not a reference, an instance variable. So in array, I'm going to write holder.length. In a string, I'm going to write the name of the string dot length and brackets. That means it is a method. Now, look for this example, integer square brackets num. That means I am declare and create and initialize an array. Its name is num and all elements in this array will be integer. The values are 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 and 15 للي سألني عليهم في last example. And now what is in position 0? 10, in position 1, 11, position 2, 12, in position 3, 13, in position 4, 14, in position 5, 15, and now I have 6 elements in this array. So if I want to, هنا في error بس في system.out.println. The first element is a num of 0. لكن what is the length of the array? The length of the array is 0 elements, 6 elements. They are 6. How I'm going to print? Num.length and num.length. System.out.println, what will be the last item? How I'm going to get the last item? It will be a num.length minus 1 in this position. A num of length minus 1 in this position, and it will be 15. Any questions about the arrays? Any questions? Next. Mutability of strings and arrays. Look, again, integer, an array, it is a holder, and it declared, created, and initialized by ones. Then, integer, holder2 is a second array. It includes or contains 3 elements in 1, 2, 3, 0, 1, and 2 index. Now, holder1 refer to the same as holder2. That means holder1 will break the reference from the first one and be referred to the second one. In this case, I have 2 references on one object. The third line above does not change the length of the array. It will break it and reference to another one. It makes holder reference different array and the smaller length, whatever it is. It is not about the size. It is about the reference itself. So, any array length is fixed at the point we create it. The contents of the array, I can change it. It was 1, then 2, then I change it to 10, then I'm change it to 1000. That means I am not changing the array. I am changing the meaning of the array, المعنى والsemantic of the values. معنى القيم الداخلية لمحتوى الarray. So I am not changing the array, I am changing the meaning of the values inside the array. Is it clear? Mutability. Mutability, the array is mutable, يعني I can change its content. Array is mutable, يعني I can change its content. String class, it is not mutable. Immutable. I cannot change its content. Let us take this one. As you covered till M105, string S is equal fish. So S is a string referred to a memory location. It includes fish as a string. Then S referred to a cat. In this case, I'm going to break the link with fish and refer to another object. So in this case, I am changing the content of the string by refer to another object. Once I declare the object of a string, I cannot change its content. In this case, I am going to refer to another object. And does not change the length of the original fish. What changes is the reference. S is referred to another value in another object instead of fish. Now it is referred to cat. So the contents of the array can be changed. So this is why I'm saying the array is mutable. And the content of the string cannot be changed. In this case, I'm going to say the string is immutable, cannot change its content. تمام؟ يبقى نتفق whatever time we declare the array and the string, the size is fixed, but the content of array I cannot change it. So it is changeable or mutable, while the content of the string array is immutable, unchangeable. Clear? To be able to declare any reference as a string or array, I have 3 steps. I have to declare, create, and associate with the variable referred to it. So I have first to declare it, I have to create it, and finally make the reference or associate with the reference. Clear? This is what exactly we did here when we said integer, square brackets holder. We declare, create, and make the association where it is referred to. تمام? Any question till this point? Any question يا جماعة?
No.
No, clear. Clear, Doctor.
Strings.
Yes,
Strings.
madam.
String. A string is a sequence of characters enclosed together with the double quotation marks. It is not a primitive data type, it is a reference. So it has a name and a reference where the strings located in the RAM. Example for declaring as the following: string name address. That means I have 2 references, address and name. I just declare both of them as a string and not initialized yet. Now I'm going to say string name, and name is equal Ali. So I am declaring and initializing or creating a refer me. So again, declare the string, its name, and I am creating a string memory location. Its contents is Ali, and I am making or associating that name string reference is referring to the object Ali, which include strings. Declaring the variable name of a type string and initialize that variable to contain a reference to the string object, storing the characters Ali وعلي between double quotations. Clear? Clear? Next.
Yes, clear.
Okay, there are two ways to construct the string. Okay, string S هنا ناقصة S. New string S with the string I make it. Example, string S equal new string. A string message equal new string welcome to Java. And this is the first one. Or declare it immediately. String message literal value string S is equal S1. So in this case, I have string message welcome to Java. String S is equal to message. Now, how many objects do we have? One object. Welcome to Java. How many reference to have? Two. Message reference and S reference. تمام? Okay. Let us take this one and read the code in 1 minute. Try by your eyes, read the blocks and the figures here, and I'm going to explain it. Just give yourself 1 minute to read it and try to understand it by yourself. Okay? 1 minute. Okay, return back. A special string literal is a string with no contents called empty string. أي string يتحط زي name كده و to without space here يا جماعة without space double quotation and double quotations that mean it is a string with empty يعني السايز بتاعه is 0. Let us take the example here. String name, comma name 2. That means I have 2 string references declared only, not created yet. Both their name, and name 2. In name equal David John. Look, name and name in figure 1. In figure 2, name is referred to the object David Jones. And now, name 2 is equal name. That means I have 2 references, name and name 2. Both of them refer to the same object. Finally, I'm changing the name reference to another object, its content, Roderick. This is why we said string is immutable. Any change in its content, it leads to cut the link with the first one and refer to the second one. At the end, name 2 has David John and name has content Roderick. Is it clear? By this one, I am declaring, creating, and referring to one object by 2 references. Then finally, I am referring to 2 different objects with 2 different references, name and name 2. Is it clear? And next, a string object is immutable. Once it is created, its content cannot be changed. Does the following code change the content of the string? Let us. String S is equal Java. S is equal HTML. Again, does the following code change the content? The content of the string S? No, بالضبط. Very good answer.
The value.
It doesn't. It is referred to another new object in the RAM. Bravo. Let us take it here. After executing string s is equal Java, so I am declaring s a reference to an object in the RAM. Its type is string, its content is Java, and this is the content, cannot be changed. تمام? Next, after executing s equal Java and after executing s is equal HTML, in this case, I am going to create another object. Its type is string. Its content is HTML. I'm going to break the reference from Java and refer it to HTML. So this string object is now unreferenced اللي هو محطوط فيه Java. In this case it becomes unreferenced and the Java has an automatic garbage collection and it returns it back to the RAM and never be accessed again by you, your programmer. Okay? Next, here again, now tracing the code in front of you. Okay, and let us now to take the second example. String S1 is welcome to Java. String S2 is equal new string welcome to Java. String S3 welcome to Java. Now I want to ask you, how many objects in the RAM has welcome to Java? I'm going to reply 2. The first one, welcome to Java. Once I said bravo, new, that means I'm creating a new one. Okay? Now string S3 welcome to Java. That means S1 and S3, both of them are 2 references refer to the same object in the RAM, while S2, which has a new string, has its own case and he declared create a new object in the RAM and puts its content welcome to Java. يعني حتى لو content they are the same but they are different referencing. تمام? So here, how many references do we have? I have 3 references. S1 and S2 refer to welcome to Java because they did not use new operator, while S2 create his own reference to an object in the RAM by using a new operator. Is it clear? Is it clear? This يا جماعة you have to know that this is very هقول من هنا لبكرة الصبح very special case only for string. تمام? For string, any object I have to create it as the following: the name of the class, the name of the instance variables, equal new the constructor. Inshallah, starting from unit 3 we are going to go through this technique بإذن الله تعالى. تمام? Any questions? Okay. Strings. If I want to know characters included or closed by double quotations. صح? So it should have a length. If I want to access the length of my string, it is not an instance variable as in array. Now it is a method. Its name is length. Since it's a method, I have to use the parentheses for arguments. Actually, length is 0 argument, but it returns the number of characters inside this element or inside this object. So let us name is equal Roderick, string name is equal Roderick, and name dot length it will be given to me 8 characters in this Roderick name string. Okay, and the empty string has the length 0. The empty string has the length 0. Now, length is a class string is a class. It has one method. Its name is length that refer or return the number of elements in this string, and it has one operator. We name it concatenation. Concatenation بالعربي ضم النصوص. ضم النصوص. Concatenation. The concatenation operator, its sign is plus, will automatically turn any arguments into string before carrying out a concatenation. بيحول أي حاجة change anything to string, then concatenate them together, بيضمهم على بعضهم. Is it clear? Is it clear?
أحتاج مثال.
اديتك مثال. قلت لك read string name is equal Roderick system.out.println name.length. Name.length, it gives you the size of the string. For the concatenation, do you remember system.out.println? Can you see the notepad that I open it? Can you see it? لا. Can you see it?
No, teacher, no.
بس لا. طيب okay, 1 minute. Okay. Can you see it now?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Come on.
Yes.
Okay. Public class first. Public static void main string of arrays small args, and again I have two headers, البابليك والبابليك class والبابليك static void, and I'm closing the header of the main, the body of the main and the body of the class. Inside the class I am declaring string name equal Malak. تمام. system dot out dot println. Okay. The length LENGTH, the length of the string is concatenation name dot LENGTH method. So what will be the answer here? What will be the answer here?
5.
5.
Okay.
4.
0.
4.
ملك 5 مش 4. Okay.
Start with 0 or with 1?
Starting with 0. الانdex 0 M, index 1 A, index 2 L, index 3 A, index 4 K. From 0 to 4 يعني 5 elements. From 0 to 4 يعني 5 elements. So the name dot length will be, what will be the answer here?
5.
اللي هيقول لي 5 ان شاء الله هيتضرب باذن الله. ترى انتم مش عارفين انه مس ملك بتضرب.
The length of the string is
6 elements. 5.
6.
اللي
The
قال لي
length
6
of the string is 5.
اللي قال لي ثواني يا جماعه ثواني
We have
اللي
to
قال لي 6 يروح يراجع 105 اللي حكى 6 يروح يراجع 105 ترى غلطة حياته انه طلع من 105 كان المفروض يعدها اوكي so where is the concatenation here اللي سألني على concatenation
جمع الكلام اللي هو the length of the string
ما
is
اسمهاش جمع
و5
اسمها ضم طالما بتحكي بالعربي ضم
يعني.
النص concatenation so the length of the string is and the name dot length ليش length هون ليها brackets لأنها method لأنه string is it clear
نعم.
clear
نعم الله يرضى عليك.
تمام هذا الكود صوروه افتحوا النت بينز اعملوا كلاس واعملوا له run and double check it المفروض انا كل كود انا بشرحه المفروض انتوا تطبقوه على النت بينز لو كان عندنا محاضرات عملي كان انا طبقت طالبات جد عارفين انه ملك بتطبق على طول كل الاكواد اصلا ما بتقراش الكود من السلايد بتطبقه على طول بس ما عنديش وقت دلوقتي بهالاونلاين is it clear can you copy and paste the notepad try it انا اول مره بسال بصراحه لانه كنا بالادوبي كانوا طالبات بياخذوا الكود copy وبيست so try can you select it from your site and copy it please
والله ما اعتقد.
No we can't.
اللي بيشتغل على كمبيوتر بليز تراي واللي بيشتغل على تابلت حاجه ثانيه
No, we can't.
you cannot ده كان الادوبي القديم كنا لما اكتب اي كود اسيبه لطالباتي ياخذوه كوبي اند بيست من النوت بتاعتي anyway stop sharing صورتوه did you take a picture او image please
Yes.
okay return back to PowerPoint now the PowerPoint in front of you okay okay and this is the string in the string I have the following equals method it returns true if the past string true str has the same character as a receiver one so it will return true or false true if they have the same content in length it is a method that returns number of characters in this string and the value of the return is an integer. Char at a specific position. It returns the character at this specific index. Okay? It returns if a character in this specific index. Index of that means I want to check the index of this part. If this part is in the string يعني زي ما شفتوا ملك. If index of M موجود that means I'm going to return with its specific position. If it is not موجود يعني ملك بدور على حرف ال H. I am looking for H. Does ملك has H? No. So in this case, index of H in Malak, it returns -1. What do you mean by -1? Yes, okay, بس الله يسعدك بس اقفل المايك. Okay? عشان هو اللي بيعمل ايكو. عندي لأن أنا بحط السماعة في وداني. So -1 is that means this character is not available inside the Malak string. Substring that means I want to get or collect a part of a string starting from integer 1 and stop before integer 2. Keep it in your mind. Again, I want the letters or characters between integer 1 and stop before integer 2. يعني if I want to substring from 2, 7, so I'm going to take 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6 and stop. تمام? This is the substring. Let us take this example. A string sentence equal Java in the small. System.out.println sentence.equal Java. هل Java is equal Java in the small? So the answer is false. Sentence.length عددهم كام؟ عددهم كام؟ What is 17? That means they are started from 0 till
16.
Bravo. Bravo. Char at position 13. I'm going to start J. Upper J is 0. A1. V is 2. A3.
M.
Space 4. 5 I. 6 N. 7 space. So, Ms. Malak, you are counting the space inside this double quotation. Yes. Tamam? So, who is in char at 13? It is M. Okay. What is the index of S? What is the index of the character S here? It is 12. Type. What is the index of lower J? I have upper J, I don't have lower J. In this case, it will be -1. Ms. Malak, yes, in string, it is a case sensitive. Upper J, it is not like lower J. Index of a substrings as TH starting from T and T is in position 8. Because I started from 0. Substring 12 to 17. That means I'm going to write 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16 and stop. I'm not going to take 17. Tamam? Char at 0 it is upper J. Char at sentence.length -1. That means الحرف الموجود في اللينث -1 يعني الحرف الأخير it will be small n. It will be small n. Any questions? Any questions?
No.
على فكرة هذا
No.
كان هذا كان سؤال بأحد الاختبارات القديمة. سؤال tracing كانت الإجابة هذه كل واحدة عليها علامة. اوكي نيكست.
دكتورة آخر واحدة ما فهمتها.
آخر واحدة أنا بقول كل اللي يسألني في الحتة دي يراجع 105 يا جماعة. اوكي. اتشار at عايزة الحرف الذي في الجملة دوت اللينس -1. اللينس كام؟ قلنا 17. 17 -1 يبقى كام؟ 16. يبقى ايش هو ال16؟ آخر حرف.
The last element.
last element. أحسنت. تمام؟ اوكي. Replacing and splitting strings. Replacing and splitting strings. I have here a method, its name replace. تمام. replace first, replace all, split. طيب. replace a character by a new character and return the string itself. Replace first زي Java, زي Malak. How many A's do we have? How many A's do we have? I have 2 A's. So replace first, that means MA, الA الأولى, I'm going to change it. Replace all, that means all in the character as replace. Replace first, only replace the first one. Split, I'm going to cut the string into small strings. I'm keeping them in array of small strings to different strings. Let us take the example next. System.out.println will come. This is the string dot replace E by A. How many E's do we have? 2 E's. E will E. So WA and finally A. Replace welcome. Welcome dot replace first with EB. How many E's do we have? So I have 2 E's. I'm going to change the first one with AB with the string. So instead of E, I'm going to write AB and the output is here. Replace just without first, يعني replace all. Replace what? All. That means replace E here and E at the end. Now I'm going to replace a string with a string. How many string I have it EL? I have it EL at the beginning, but I don't have EL at the end. So I'm going to write AB at the beginning only. Now look for this one. Try to understand it with me. A string S, the string is A plus B $sign hash C. This is my string. Replace all. If you find $sign, change it. If you find plus, change it. If you find hash, change it. Change it with what? N. Let us start with A. يبقى A. Plus, change it with triple N. Then B. Then $sign. Change it with triple N. Then hash. Change it with triple N. Then C. So the answer will be N triple N, A triple N, B, 6N, and finally C. Is it clear? الكلام ده بيجي MCQ يا جماعة وتريس. MCQ and tracing in the final exam. Now splitting. I have a string, its name is token. This string has Java, hash, HTML, hash, Perl, hash. I'm going to use dot split method. The determination to split is 0, is hash, and its size is starting from 0. And the size is starting from 0. So that means I am splitting statement or say our string Java hash HTML hash Perl to 3 small strings. This is why I declare it as array of string. It will be the first one Java, the second one HTML, the third one it will be Perl. So I have here 3 output. They will be Java in the first index, HTML in the second index, and the last one Perl. Is it clear? Is it clear? And I have 6 slides or 10 slides. I'm going to cover here some methods. These methods convert character and numbers to strings. Convert character and numbers to string. The string class provides several static value of methods for converting a character, an array of characters, and numeric values of strings. These methods have the same name, value of. I can use it with different arguments. Character, array of characters, double, long, integer, and the float as well. For example, a string dot value of 5.44, it will be return a value of a string consists of 4 letters. They are the 5 and the dot and the 4 and the 4. تمام. So يعني أنا كان بإمكاني أقولها بالشكل التالي. شايفين أنا بكتب شايفين أنا بكتب؟ شايفين أنا عم بكتب شايفينه؟
Yes.
Yes.
أوكي تمام.
Yes.
double y is equal 5.44. This is a double value. تمام؟ Okay. And string SS is equal string class dot value of 5.44. So what will be in SS? It will be 4 lit characters. They are 5 dot 4 and 4. Clear? And return the value in the string consists of 5.4 and 4. Next, string builder. What is a string builder? It is also a class like a string. The string builder and the string buffer is an alternative to string. بديل عن الstring. 1 minute please. Alternative to the string is an alternative to the string class. In general, string builder والbuffer can be used wherever a string is used. أقدر استخدمهم بالتبادل من بعضهم. A string builder and buffer is more flexible than string. I can add, insert, open. I can add, insert, append new content into the string. Again. A string is immutable. I cannot change its content, while a string buffer and the string builder, I can change, insert, append their contents, so they are like the array and they are mutable. رح أحكيها بالعربي. السترنج لما بنعمل له create بيكون fixed size, never be changed, ما بيتغيرش. تمام؟ And 1 minute please. And its content is fixed ومحتواه ثابت بالتالي بسميه immutable غير قابل للتغيير. لكن الstring buffer والstring builder both are mutable قابلين للتغيير عن طريق add زيادة, insert إدخال وأبند تغيير أو تعديل. تمام. Next, what are this? This is a class string builder available under the package Java under the sub-package lang. You know java.lang. Java.lang is a library in the Java. It will be available by default in all your classes. It has a string and arrays classes. Also, it has a string builder. And in the string builder, it has constructor empty, constructor with integer, constructor with a string. So, also it has toString method, capacity method, char@at method, length method, setLength method, substring method, substring with another type method, and trim to size. Trim to size. I'm going to repeat this part again, inshallah, after meeting 3 or 4. So you will be able to read this boxes with me and you will understand it very well. Okay? Finally, I have a rubber classes. What do you mean by rubber classes? Sometimes I don't want to use integer as primitive. I want to use integer as the object. Ms Malak, You said integer, long, short, byte, boolean, double, and float, and char. All these are primitive data types. How you are going to use them now as object. I have something we name it rubber classes. بالعربي مغلفات البريمتيف علشان اعتبرهم object وليس primitive. Java employed object rubbers مغلفات objects الكائنات which wrap يغلف around or encapsulate all the primitive data types to allow them to treat it as object يتعامل معايا as object. الانتجر primitive اسمه integer بالابل I, long upper L, short upper S and so on. إن شاء الله بإذن الله meeting 11 و 12 و 13 we are going to use these rubber classes بإذن الله إن أحيانا رب العباد. And this is integer and double classes in Java. And this is the static value method example. Let us take it. Double x equal double class dot value of 12.4 string. So what will be the value? 12.4. How do you know? It is a string. I am converting it to double. عشان كده اسم البار ده converting character and digits to string and vice versa. Integer y from class integer dot value of the string 1 2 it become y is equal 12. Do you notice that I said 1 2 I don't say 12 here? I said integer dot value of 1 2 string it becomes y equal 12. String dot value of 5.44 it will be the string 5.4 and 4. Clear? Here can double هنا it will be string. Next ناخد example تاني. Also you can use integer dot parse int s. Any string I can change it or parse it. يعني ايه parse بالعربي؟ إعراب. Parse it to be an integer. Also double I can any string parse it to double as the following. Integer x from class integer dot parse int. It is a string and it will be parsed as integer. And here it will be a string of 13.5. It will be parsed as y double. Y and double. I'm going to review all these 4 last slides inshallah again after finishing meeting 3. تمام? We reach to the end of the lecture. And by end of this one, stop sharing. We finished the revision of M1 of 5. تمام? And starting from meeting 3, as the slides are posted on LMS, you are required to do the following. Review M1 of 5 very well and prepare yourself to the quiz, the online quizzes. I'm going to send you and post it on the important dates on the LMS. I'm going to post it here. First quiz, date and time. It will include meeting 1 and meeting 2. I'm going to send you and specify the date and the time. No excuses, no makeup. Tamam? No excuses, no makeup. Okay? Inshallah, and I'm going to send it to all students in my M251. We are more than 450 students in the class in the sessions this semester. Any questions? Prepare yourself. Study hard. Quizzes are not simple. Okay, يا جماعة?
Okay.
تمام. And then you are required, all of you, you are in level 2 in AOU and we are studying AOU course. هذا الكورس بيدرس في بريطانيا by the same way, also by the same slides, by the same book. So you are in level 2 and you are required each time to prepare your lecture. I'm not asking you to understand it. I am asking you to read the slides and the book before starting our lecture. This slides written in a way, in high level way. So we are going through the slides and you have to prepare your lecture but by at least reading يا أمة اقرأ the slides before you came to the lecture. Any questions?
مس كم حيكون وقت الكويز؟
10 minutes.
دكتور
Yes, miss. تفضلي.
where can I find the activity الواجب solve activity بالLMS؟
في عندنا الترم ده 3 حاجات.
No teacher. آخر سلايد.
ثواني. آخر سلايد اللي هي 14.
teacher آخر سلايد طلبت منا نحل activity 1 and 2 وين نلاقيها؟
على LMS يا ماما.
شكرا.
على LMS. I said that I posted all the files on the LMS. تمام. So, any questions? We finished our lecture. Any questions? So, I'm going to close the meeting and end it. And إن شاء الله our
دكتورة كم وقت الاختبار؟
10 minutes.
تمام. متى ينزل في LMS؟
Once I get an approval عليه حنزله.
اوكي.
يعني مس احتمال الأسبوع الجاي يكون في كويز؟
Prepare yourself for next week to have the first quiz. أحسنتي.
Okay.
أنا بقول study hard من أول ما حكيت يا جماعة
هو
study hard.
included with the meeting 1 and 2?
Yes.
Okay.
Meeting 1 and 2, third week. Prepare yourself to the 5 minutes quiz. Clear?
Okay.
No makeup. اللي راحت عليه مش شغلي، اللي قطع النت عنده مش شغلي. ماشي؟ كل الحواديت الوحشة دي والحلوة دي مش هنتكلم عنها. اوكي؟ نراكم بخير ان شاء الله next week.
كم درجة عليه؟
5
درجات. اوكي.
طيب بالنسبة بخصوص الاتندنس
طيب ثواني هوريكم حاجة. You see الاتندنس قدامي؟ شايفين الصفحة بتاعتي؟ هي الصفحة بتاعتكم دلوقتي اللي قدامكم صح؟ أنا هنا عندي شايفين؟ كليكيت على people download attendance list. تمام؟ كل الأسماء دي بتنزل عندي اكسل فايل أدخلها على الSIS. وصل؟ عشان كده أنا ما بنادي. عشان كده قلت إنه أي واحد يكتب الID إزاي يدخل. السيشن نمبر يا بدور من المرة الجاية لو سمحتي. السيشن نمبر الID then النيم. واضح؟
تمام واضح كثير.
ماشي يعني simply اللي حاطط at least السيشن والاسم والID I can find it. otherwise الناس اللي تحت انتوا شايفين معايا الناس اللي تحت انا مش هدور على رولا اذا ما كانتش حاطه اني شعبة ولا رزان ولا روان مش هدور عليهم. ترى أنا عندي 10 روان في الشعب. أوكي؟ and الأنون يوزر والناس اللي تحت دول راح تحضيرهم اليوم. واضح؟
يا مس
أنا
نعم. حطيت أنا السكشن نمبر بس بالنهاية يعني حطيت النيم بعدين
يبقى هينزل. يبقى يا روحي هينزل في الإكسل. ماشي؟ أنا عشان كده بقول
كم سؤال الكويز؟
مش عارفة. you will find it. بس أكيد 10 أسئلة أو 12 سؤال أو 15 سؤال. يس.
كيف أغير أسوي تشنج للاسم لأن أنا دخلت مكتوب بيان عبد المحسن الصايغ وما أعرف أسوي له تشنج إني أكتب الاي دي حقي.
اوكي يا بيان، انت في انهي شعبة؟
معاك.
ما انا